Good morning and welcome to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's only local morning show, giving you exclusive access into people, businesses, and events in our community. We're bringing you the show live daily, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. with your host, me, Maddie Mustrin. Before we dive into today's show, every week we highlight someone, an educator, student, business, or organization from our Greater West Bloomfield community going above and beyond. If you would like to submit entry for someone, you can scan the QR code on the screen, fill out the Google form with the person's name, their contact information, and reasons why you think that they should be recognized here on the Splash Live for our Person of the Week. Now let's go check out what's going on in our Greater West Bloomfield community. The first event we want to look at is the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society Open House. This will be happening on Sunday, March 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Orchard Lake Museum. Here you can see exhibits and videos about the F4 tornado that damaged dozens of West Bloomfield homes and businesses on March 20th, 1976. During this open house, you can learn about this important historical event in our community and enjoy the newly reopened Orchard Lake Museum with new exhibits. This event is free, and you can contact the Historical Society or visit their website at gwbhs.org for more information. Our next event are the Connect Center events at Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. They have a ton of great events and activities for seniors in our community. Some of those events coming up are their Nature Walk at dusk next Wednesday night. Here you can hike around with animals and enjoy being active at dusk. The walk will be an easy terrain hike that will be about a mile long. You may be able to even spot some animals and learn more about them from a West Bloomfield Park naturalist. They also have their upcoming Senior Resource Group talk next Wednesday with the Senior Resource Group. This is a network of professionals connected through the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce that look to connect seniors and their families with knowledge and resources on relevant topics in today's environment. The specific talk time theme is Keep on the Beat to Better Your Health, where you'll be able to get active through working out with Dina Raptis from Drums Alive. You can talk about financial health and taxes with representatives from Block Advisors, and you can talk about safety with seniors with Chief Patton from the West Bloomfield Police Department. For all these events, you can register through the West Bloomfield Parks website under the registration tab. Next Monday, we will be airing the 4th annual State of the Communities address here on Civic Center TV and also on the radio at 89.3 Lakes FM. This event will bring the 4 community leaders from Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield together to talk about topics that are impacting our Greater West Bloomfield community. Tune in to hear your local leaders talk about topics such as the coronavirus pandemic, infrastructure, housing and development, and so many more at 7 p.m. here on Civic Center TV. This event will also be airing and available on our on-demand page on civiccentertv.com after the event, so if you can't tune in with us live at 7 p.m., you can check it out afterwards. If you have an event you would like us to feature here on the Splash Live, you can send us a message on our social media pages at Civic Center TV and Facebook at Civic Center TV 15. Coming up, I'll be talking with Kelly Heyer. She's the Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. But before that, the West Bloomfield women's basketball team took on Farmington Hills Mercy the other night in the regional semifinal game at West Bloomfield High School. The team dominated the entire game and won over Mercy 72-42. We got an inside look into the team and the game that advanced them to the regional final game taking place tonight against Grosse Pointe North. Let's go check it out.
On Tuesday, the West Bloomfield Lakers took on the Mercy Marlins in the regional semifinal game. The Lakers have had a phenomenal season this year, going into the game with a 20-game win streak. The team knew this was going to be a tough matchup as the Mercy Marlins were 18-5 before the game. Luckily, the Lakers had a stacked starting lineup. Let's go check them out.
At guard for the Lakers, number 4. At forward, number 5, Civic. At forward for the Lakers, number 12, Civic. At guard, number 23, Summer Davis. And at guard for the Lakers, we're at number 24, India Davis.
The Lakers started off the game on the right foot with a 3 from India Davis. They continued this momentum as they led throughout the first half. The team stayed in the lead as they moved the ball across the court effortlessly. Summer Davis hit a buzzer-beater three at the end of the first half, sending the Lakers into the locker room up by 30 points over the Marlins.
Remember, that's a good team. So they're gonna hit us with a punch. But the thing is, we gotta bob and weave. When they start hitting, we gotta bob and weave. Meaning, we gotta go out there and execute our offense and our defense with the utmost discipline.
The game got closer in the third quarter as Mercy fought to keep their state run going. But with the skilled roster of the Lakers team, Mercy wasn't able to come out with a win. The Lakers won the game 72-42, sending them to the regional game against Grosse Pointe North on Thursday. We got to catch up with the team in the locker room after their big win.
I forgot. Come on around here, Splash. I want you to see this, Splash.
Splash it! Yes!
Got four more, we're not done. 4 more. Y'all with me? 4 more. 4 more.
The Lakers celebrated advancing to the regional game with a dance party before they get back to practice and continue their run for the state championship. Reporting for the Splash Live, I'm Maddie Muschin.
Good luck to the Lakers tonight as they take on Grosse Pointe North at West Bloomfield High School. Go support your Lakers at 7 p.m. and watch them try to continue their run for the state title. Later on, we'll be taking a look at our Person of the Week, who plays an instrumental part in the success of the Lakers basketball team this year. But before that, we'll be talking with Kelly Heyer, the Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield Parks. All that and more after this short break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I'm your host, Maddie Muschin. Joining us now is Kelly Heyer, Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Kelly, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Kelly, can you hear us? Oh no, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here on the Zoom. We will be figuring that out in just a second. Kelly, can you hear us now? Okay, well, while we figure out those technical difficulties, we're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back with Kelly Heyer to talk about some of the great things that's going on in the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation realm. They'll be talking about some of the Black History Month events that they had in February, as well as some of their summer camps and how you can get registered for those. So don't go anywhere. We'll be joined by Kelly after this break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head on, visit michigan.gov/flu. Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine to keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I'm Maddie Muschen. As we work to figure out some of those technical difficulties on our side with the Zoom, we will be looking at our next video, which is the Person of the Week, and then we'll get back and talk with Kelly Heyer, Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield. Let's go check out our Person of the Week. This person has combined his years of coaching experience and his love for basketball in his new role as the head coach for the West Bloomfield women's basketball team. Darren McAllister put his whole heart into coaching the team and making sure that they're being the best athletes and people they can be on and off the court. Let's go check out now why we named Darren McAllister our Person of the Week.
Our Person of the Week has led the West Bloomfield High School women's basketball team to a 21-1 record in only his first season with the team. Head coach of the Lakers, Darren McAllister, has worked hard this year with their talented roster to bring out the best in the West Bloomfield team. After a tough loss to Dexter for their first game of the season, Darren has coached the team to a 21-game win streak, including their wins in the district and regional semifinal games. Before Darren came to coach at West Bloomfield, he coached numerous teams, including Wayne State and Waterford Kettering. His experience allows him to coach talented players to make a run for the state championship, which he is doing at West Bloomfield with players like Mayana Hooper and the Davis twins.
Is that all three of them has brought a strong role of leadership, really getting everybody on our team to buy into their role. That's not easy when you have a team that has a lot of talent. Everybody wants to show that I can do this, I can do that. But the big thing that those three players help us to do is to get everyone to define their role and go out and execute their role.
He looks out for every one of his players and wants the best for each of them. After their regional semifinal game, he even started a dance party in the locker room to celebrate. His successful season with the Lakers and fun ways of coaching is why we named Darren McAllister our Person of the Week.
Good luck to Coach McAllister and the rest of the women's basketball team tonight as they take on Grosse Pointe North in the regional final game as they continue the run for the state championship. We got our technical difficulties figured out, and we are so excited to be joined by Kelly Heyer. She's the Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Kelly, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Maddie.
Nice to hear you, Kelly.
Yes, that's right.
Kelly, West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation held some amazing events to celebrate Black History Month in February. Could you just look back on those and tell us about how those went?
Oh, would love to. So we kicked it off again, just so everyone knows, it was organized by a community task force, the Diversity Task Force, and we focus on Black History Month by kicking it off with a mobile history museum that was hosted at the public library. That was the first Saturday of the month. And some special guests were able to attend a lecture to kick that weekend off. But exhibits were on display for a couple hours. And he brought over 200 artifacts and exhibits with him for that great Saturday afternoon. And then that was followed by, the next thing was our Love Yourself. And that was a health focused event where we had professionals give lectures, and then they were able to attend breakout sessions and also do some active things such as yoga, the hustle, and Zumba. So it was high energy, and we then went into a virtual by Major Bill Burnett of the Tuskegee Airmen, the local chapter, and he did a virtual presentation. And then our grand finale was the Black Expo, hosted at Orchard Mall, and we featured over 30 either Black-owned businesses or diverse backgrounds and community resources. And it was an amazing first-time event, live music. The jazz band from West Bloomfield High School joined us. And I know you captured some great footage, and I know that you were able to share with us, so thank you.
Yes, that was a great event, especially to cap off Black History Month. And Kelly, looking into the future, can you highlight some of the events that West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation will be hosting either in the month of March or looking forward into the spring?
Sure. So in general, I did want to talk about camp today too, but we are just working on all of our summer offerings. So in April is a big outdoor month for us, where we have our Earth Day event coming up, as well as our Spring Fling. Now, last time I looked, there was a couple of spots open still for Spring Fling, and that's our traditional egg hunt. And we have traditionally sold out in years past. So if you're hearing this, check registration right now and see if you can get in last minute. But our Earth Day event is back outside. We have a lot of cool vendors coming, and that is a few days before Earth Day, but still check it out, get fired up for the month that we celebrate Mother Earth.
And then Kelly,
so those are two that come to mind.
Yes, let's talk about those summer camps though. That's a big thing for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, especially too looking for the warmer weather. We're very excited that the summer camps are up and running. Can you tell us about some of the different offerings for those summer camps?
Sure. So we've always offered a diverse variety of camps because we know those kiddos out there have a wide variety of interests. So there's art camps. We have STEM-based camps if your kids are interested in more robots or engineering. And we have sports camps. And then we have our traditional Camp WB, which is located at Drake Sports Park. And that is a combination of outdoors, a little bit of indoors, games, sports, and we're bringing back field trips this year. Normally, I would be able to tell you about our nature camp offerings, but we are taking a different approach on nature camps this year, and those are going to be one-day experiences led by our naturalists.
So, Kelly, will you tell us a little bit about information, when information will be posted, and then how one can register once they figure out what camp they would like to register for?
Yeah. So we make it a little easy for parents and put together a summer guide that has everything outlined, again, with important dates, descriptions, the prices, anything that you need to know about our camps. That is going live March 14th, so coming up soon. So be sure to watch our website for March 14th. That's going to launch, and we'll be accepting registration forms starting March 28th. And that's important for parents that have kiddos with allergies, because you're going to want to reach out to your doctor and primary physician beforehand to get the paperwork done. But once you put the forms into our office, whether in person, on email, you can still fax them in anytime after March 28th, then you can register for anything after April 25th. We do give returning families a bonus 3 days to register that Friday before, but otherwise all the registration opens on that Monday, April 25th.
And Kelly, for people that are not signed up yet, how can people get all the information about the great events that you guys will be hosting in the spring as well as in the summer?
Sure, we make that easy. So we put out a weekly email blast, and it gives you just the top, very quick level, high level of the things that you need to know for this week at WB Parks. So go to wbparks.org, scroll down to the bottom, sign up, and then you'll be in the know for things going forward.
Kelly, as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you wanted to share with our audience about what is going on with West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, all the fun things you have coming up?
Well, I would say also watch your mailboxes this in April for our summer guide. That is going to have all the highlights for the summer that you're going to need to know, exercise classes, our Walk West Bloomfield program. We're bringing Summer on the Bank back, which is our summer festival. And that is going to be mailed out the first week of April. Will also be on our website the same time frame. So
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Kelly. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, I was joined by Kelly Hires. She's the Recreation Superintendent for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation, telling us about all those great events that they have coming up, as well as all of those things that you can look out for in the future as the weather warms up and we look into summer. We're going to take a short break here, but when we get back, we'll be joined by the president of Sheiko Elementary, Ashleigh Larkin, to talk to us about her role and some of the fun programs that they have going on at Sheiko. So don't go anywhere. We'll be talking to Ashleigh after this break.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Teens a day die from texting and driving. Don't text and drive.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live. I'm your host, Maddie Muschin. Joining us now is Ashleigh Larkin. She's the principal at Sheiko Elementary. Ashleigh, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Ashleigh, could you first start off by telling us a little bit about Sheiko Elementary and your role there as the principal?
Sure. So this is my first year at Sheiko. It's been an awesome transition. Sheiko is a grades 3 through 5 building. We also do have a preschool wing here. And I will say that we have the most amazing staff. I am continually impressed every day that I come to work. Awesome teachers, awesome support staff. So it's been a really great year. And we're definitely focused on, providing the best experience that we can for all students.
Ashleigh, could you tell us about some of the things that you oversee as the principal at Sheiko, some of your roles and responsibilities? Obviously, a day-to-day as a principal of an elementary school looks a little bit different, but if you could tell us about some of the things that you oversee there at Sheiko.
Sure. Oh my gosh, the list is quite long. So it's much different in the elementary world. I will say, being used to secondary. So I was at the high school for 12 years. And there's a lot of staff at the high school. When you're at the elementary level, there's just one principal. And so I would say that you pretty much oversee all of the daily operations of the building, which, as you mentioned, there really is no set day. Every day is different. Every day is unique and brings new and exciting things, new challenges. And so that's something that I really enjoy in this role. But overseeing, curriculum development, work that our teachers do in their professional learning communities, student behavior, student mental health, providing different opportunities for our kids. And we also do have a lot of staff members that will take on some very specific roles, such as leading their grade level teams or overseeing student council and the other student groups we have. So it really is a team effort. But there is a lot on the list that we oversee as elementary principals. And like I said, every day is new and exciting.
Ashleigh, could you share with us some of the educational programs that you guys have there at Sheiko for your grade schoolers that make it an exciting time to be back in school?
So we have set curriculums for all of the different subject areas, which are really great curriculums, well reviewed, well recommended. So our teachers do a great job of implementing those academic curriculums. We also focus on something called Capturing Kids' Hearts. So Capturing Kids' Hearts is a social emotional model to support students in school. And one of the great features of Capturing Kids' Hearts is it's really relationship based. So it's all about building relationships with students and making sure we're supporting their needs. Currently, every Wednesday, our teachers are running a lesson on some type of character building skill. So it could be empathy, it could be kindness, it could be courage. This month's theme is courage. So there's a lot of different ways that we support students both academically and socially and emotionally.
Ashleigh, could you tell us about some of the fun events that you guys have coming up as you are looking to wrap up the school year, whether those are team building activities, after school events, or anything else that you guys have going on at Sheiko?
So it's really exciting because now with COVID kind of being on the downslide here, we are excited to bring back some in-person activities. Tonight, actually, we have our students, if they purchase tickets, attending a Red Wings game. Next week, we have, actually it's the 22nd, we have a skate night at Bonaventure, so our students can go and skate. We're looking to host a bingo night with our families. And then we do have a lot of the exciting end of the year activities for our fifth graders coming up. So we're still working out the details, but things like fifth grade graduation or promotion, fifth grade camp, we're really excited to be able to go to camp again this year. The schools haven't been to camp since 2019. So we're very, very excited to give our fifth graders the opportunity to do that.
Ashleigh, as the weather warms up, do you see a little shift in the kids at Sheiko? Are they excited to get back outside and enjoy all of those things that they can do now that COVID is a little bit on the downslide?
Absolutely. Something that was very surprising for me coming to this level at the elementary was how excited students still get to go outside when it's very cold outside. So we go outside if it feels like 0 and above. So, outdoor recess, we've been going out all winter. But spring for sure brings some new excitement. The end of the year is a really fun time for students and for staff and families. So there's a lot to look forward to. And that warm up definitely helps for sure.
Ashleigh, as we wrap up, is there anything else that you want to share with us about some of the events or programs that you guys have going on at Sheiko?
We just, we're really working towards creating an environment where every student feels supported and safe and loved. And so I would say that our staff are the best at doing that. We are having a variety of fundraisers throughout the next few months for our fifth graders to go to camp. It is quite costly, so it's typically $300 to $400 per student. And so we are working on some fundraisers. So you may see things in the community where you'll see that the profits are going towards Sheiko Camp. So we'd love for people to support that if they're able to, but we're definitely excited for all the things to come.
Well, Ashleigh, we appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Once again, I was joined by Ashleigh Larkin. She's the principal at Sheiko Elementary, telling us about some of the great programs and educational events that they have going on at Sheiko Elementary. That's it for today's show. Thank you again to Kelly Heyer and Ashleigh Larkin for joining us this morning. A special thanks to our Zoom producer, Jared Clark, for coordinating the Zoom and making sure our guests joined us. As always, a big thank you to our board operator, Calvin Brown, for making the show possible each and every morning. And thank you for joining me as we explored all of the people and events in our greater West Bloomfield community. As always, you can make sure to tune in live on Civic Center TV on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday at 9:30 to catch up on what's going on in our greater West Bloomfield community. You can also watch our show every morning on My Michigan TV. It's a new streaming service that covers all of the great people and events that we have happening around Michigan. You can head over to mymindtv.com or download the My Michigan TV app on your smartphone and smart TV. You can also check out all of our archived stories and interviews by visiting civiccentertv.com. You can also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Civic Center TV and Facebook at Civic Center TV to catch up on what's going on over here in our studios. For all of our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keiko Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Maddie Muschin. Thank you for watching The Splash Live.